this, the pages and the program and stuff. Okay, looks like it's preparing. And you're recording. Awesome. Yep, we're live.
Oh, we are. Great. Yay.
Yay,
All right.
hello.
Happy Monday, guys. Awesome. I'm glad that Roz is able to work this out because yesterday, the past couple of days, is not my wheelhouse at all.
Well,
So the technology
I think the internet's broke right now too, though. So everything's taking twice as long.
I know. Okay, so here's the deal. Today we are talking about B2B and LinkedIn. If you have your workbooks, where's the workbook part, Roz? For those,
it is under the units section in the group, and I also just kind of dropped it in the discussion. So you can either scroll down and see it, or you can go ahead and go into the units.
Okay, awesome. All right, so real quick recap, guys. It's Monday. It's the new normal Monday. It's a crazy Monday. And so here's what you have in place. I did yesterday. Hopefully you watched my video, my live that I did with Tara in regards to strategies to set your mind and body up for success. If you haven't, go back, watch that. There are some amazing exercises in regards to how to take care of yourself and get yourself in peak performance. You are first responders right now, period. End of story. And you need to be in inspired action and put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Make sure you're taking care of that. We talked about a client service call campaign. So hopefully you have that deployed today. And we've been getting tremendous feedback from people already that it is going phenomenal. So make sure you have that in place. Up to this point, if you haven't watched the Jeff Belomo webinar from Saturday, please go. And Jeff was so inspiring, and not from a place of rah-rah cheerleader, but like stay in action and just do what Molly and Roz are telling you to do. Up until this point, if you are completely overwhelmed, you're paralyzed, you're not sure which way to turn, do not suffer in silence. Post in this group or hop on a call with us. The good news, I was supposed to be on vacation this entire week. So I have a tremendous amount of openings in my calendar to support you all. So you can either post in the group, private message me, reach out. I've posted my phone number several times. So if you need anything, do not suffer in silence, but you have to be in action right now, period, end of story. Like Jeff said, liking it is not an option. So you should have your videos recorded. You should have your landing page up and running. You should have your YouTube channels up and running now to park your videos. Your CRM should be up and running. That's what we've trained you up until this point. We also talked about your Facebook ads, and what am I missing? Anything I'm missing?
No, I think you got it all.
Okay. And so, yeah, and then your webinar recorded. So you should have your webinar recorded and ready to go. By and large, at this point, we've been speaking about Facebook. This is a platform we're teaching on right now. So I would like to start shifting over. We want to start shifting over, and we're going to use my LinkedIn as kind of a case study, as well as one of Roz's private clients, Jeff Belomo, that you met on Saturday and you've seen where she's been really deploying. And as Jeff said multiple times, I don't understand the technology. I just hire Roz to do it all. So I'm going to tell you all right now, if you have not implemented all the things that I just went over right now, and you're sitting in a place of, I'm so busy, indecision, no action is still a choice right now. It's still, you're deciding to bury your head in the sands. And yeah, I'm coming at you kind of hard right now, but you have to stay in action. So if you have a team member on your payroll or that's working for you right now that has some available time, you're panicking, should I lay them off? I just got out of a summit where I taught on Facebook Live with 20 other industry experts. We had like over 100 law firms that were in attendance in that. And the common theme from every single expert on there was like, you need to beef up your marketing more. Now more than ever, you need to be in connection. You need to be in communication. So if you have somebody on your team who has some available time, or somebody that a college student, a college child, whatever it might be, there are no shortage of resources. Get them in our program and start learning today. So many of you have been sending us messages over the weekend that have already just joined the program, gotten the back of it, went through the digital and social pieces, the how-tos. That's where we really go in depth with the how-tos. And so many of you have said, all right, I'm up and running by Monday morning. So you do not have to suffer in silence. Get in action. If you don't have those pieces in place right now, moving on to LinkedIn today is going to be a bit overwhelming and scary for you. So please stop, pause, and get up to speed on the pieces that we've been teaching since, gosh, last Monday, a week already.
Oh, it's crazy.
And look how much has changed since then.
I know.
It's just amazing.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. So everything that you've done up until this point, you have your video creation that you're doing, your value-rich videos that you're doing. You have your webinar recorded, right? You have your web class recorded. You're ready to be in action. You're getting in the inboxes. You have MailChimp set up if you didn't have an existing CRM that allowed for you to do that. So you have all these moving pieces. And if you decided to deploy Facebook ads, did you put a training in there in regards to how to set up ads, Roz?
Yeah, but no, I want to be really clear because I know that you had said that. So the training that I put in the group wasn't it wasn't necessarily an ad with a call to action. It was more when you're posting on Facebook, how to make sure that you're reaching your whole audience.
Okay.
And how to do some retargeting with your list and the people who visit your website and your Facebook page.
Okay.
There is more detailed training on Facebook ads in the program, but that was just a real small part on how to set up.
Okay. Yeah, because we didn't want to overwhelm you because the whole thing freaks me out. It's overwhelming. There's a lot of moving pieces to it. So yes, but those trainings are already recorded and in the back end of the membership.
Yeah, and I dropped one in the group too.
Okay, great.
That was very kind of, this is all you need to do with your targeting. Didn't have anything to do with content or copy or anything. It was just the strategy on how, when you are posting, to put some money behind whatever you're posting so that it gets full reach.
Great. Okay, good. All right, so now you're going to basically, that's like one funnel, right? That's one area. You have your existing database that you're hitting with your videos and things of that nature. Thank you for your wonderful comments, Bill Miller, in regards to how to push it out as a blog and things of that nature, a vlog, a blog, and how to really push it out. Thank you. That was a great question. So hopefully our answers were helpful on that yesterday. So now just think of Facebook as one funnel. Your database, your existing database, nurturing them and getting into their ears and getting your messaging into there. Another platform that works amazing for professionals and for attorneys in particular is LinkedIn. So I'm going to do you want to share your screen, Roz, or we're going to go quickly in regards to this? So LinkedIn is a platform where professionals hang out by and large. So your clients are professionals, your business owner clients and things of that nature. And more people are getting onto LinkedIn. That's where I find the most candidates from a hiring perspective as well. It's a phenomenal resource. And then also your power partners and connecting with them. Yep, we see your screen. I see your screen. So your power partners and connecting with them. Oh my, that is such an amazing platform for power partners. It is just a gold mine, for a lack of a better term, for reaching out to power partners. So for today, we're going to talk about this of just taking your strategies that you have in place of just how to duplicate it and bring it to LinkedIn. And so what I'd love for us to do is just, and I don't want to overwhelm people because this can be overwhelming, is that there's one thing from a place of connecting with people and building your reach there. And then there's another that is a strategy called B2B inboxing strategy. So it's a whole different thing. There's one of connecting and just doing it organic on your own or someone in your office. And then there's also an automated inbox strategy that Roz and Jeff talked about on Saturday a little bit about the success of him filling his social worker boot camps, his financial advisor boot camps, and then just a traditional webinar too. Have you used that yet for traditional webinars or no, Roz? Oh, you're muted.
No, we're only using it right now to fill his boot camps. But
Okay.
I have one also running for somebody else that is filling webinars and converting it at amazing numbers. So what's great about it is, like Molly said, with the LinkedIn strategy, you connect with the people that are your ideal power partner, and then once you connect with them, you can inbox them for whatever you're trying, whatever your goal is. So it's really just the premise of it is with anything marketing, that's the strategy. And so really what the call to action is, it could be a webinar, it could be, come to my boot camp, it could be, here's, I want to connect with you and meet for coffee, what have you.
Yeah, I would say right now for this conversation, let's stick with the theme of driving people to your event. And right now it's all online. And so education, really just stick with driving people. You already have your webinar recorded. You already have your landing page set up. So Roz is just going to show us quickly just Jeff's, and with his permission to just use him as a case study again. But why don't you show them a little bit, Roz, about what has worked successfully with Jeff in regards to filling his events and why LinkedIn is converting at such, again, for no money other than the implementation time of using Roz in regards to deploying and doing all this. Sales Navigator. So I would highly recommend, if you already have a LinkedIn profile, get Sales Navigator no matter what. I think it's $89 a month. And we go deeper into the training on that. There's a whole piece on LinkedIn in the back end of the members website on how to do that in regards to how to use Sales Navigator. And then B2B is the other platform that you have to buy for the inbox strategy, right, Roz?
Yep, that's it. Yeah, and I can drop a link for that in the group as well.
Yeah.
So that you guys can all sign up for that. So, just looking, even at Jeff's LinkedIn profile, if you see here, he has over 9,000 connections. And these people that he's connected with are all 100% power partners that are his ideal referral source, people he wants to lock arms with. So you start off with your Sales Navigator over here, and you basically tell LinkedIn, these are the types of people that I want to connect with. So you can go in here and you can type in, financial planner. I know a lot of people want to connect with other attorneys, even for, referral sources. So you could type in whatever that lead or that, prospect or what have you is ideal for you in your area of practice. And then it basically gives you a list of everybody that's in your area that falls into that category. And you just save your searches. You go in here and then you save your searches. You call them what they are, financial planners in your different area. A lot of times I'll put the zip code if I'm targeting a zip code, just so I'm really clear what list I pulled, because you want to make sure that you're tracking, right? What's converting, what you've already, sent people connections for, that sort of thing. So just being as specific as you can with your lists. And then basically what you do from there is you save all of those lists, those searches in your panel in Sales Navigator. So you have all your list and it's constantly auto-populating them. So this is really great too, because you can see, look at, there's 30 new just for this week insurance agents in his area in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, CPA. So these are, what's great about this is you look at all those additional leads that he can still connect with. He's already connected with, we've already run lists for these people, but just right there, I mean, that right there is amazing. 103 new since May. And so we're working on continuing to connect with those people in the back end. So LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, you create the ideal lists for the people that you want to connect with. And then guys, what's great from there is then this is, Hopefully let me in.
Yeah.
So then what, if you remember, like with LinkedIn, you cannot message people or send them anything in their inbox unless you're connected with them first.
Mm-hmm.
So that was step one. What I was just showing you was pulling the list from Sales Navigator, creating the list in Sales Navigator. And then basically, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but this, what you're looking at now, is the B2B tool that will then go in and it will start to pull my list. Like I could put import my searches from Sales Navigator. And if I tell it to start the task, it's going to ask me, okay, which list do you want me to hit first?
So great.
Yeah. And then you just tell it, I'm not going to do this right now because I don't want to mess it up, but
Yeah.
you just tell it and then it will automatically go in and it will start trying to connect with those people. Once you connect with those people, it sends out a welcome message. And then from there, you go in and you tell it, okay, I want you to send automated messages to all of those people Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I typically leave the weekends off. And then you can set up in here all of your autoresponder messages. So this right here is just one of the drip campaigns. I'm actually in the process of redoing this right now. He has a few more and I was just in here navigating it. But and then in here, see, they'll in 6 days, they'll get an invitation here to attend a free program that gives free continuing education, which is the boot camp that we're filling.
And so just quickly, like, so these inboxes, as you all can see, they're automated. And
yes.
there is a tremendous amount of back end work that Roz is doing for Jeff as well. But by and large, then inviting them to the workshop, webinar, whatever you're calling it, your web class, your training,
Whatever, yeah.
You're still driving them to a dedicated landing page, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And we're redoing all of his messaging. And I forgot that I was just in here doing that. So, so this, after they get the welcome message in 6 days, they'll get this first drip. Right now, that's the only one running. And it'll send it to 75 people, between 75 and 100 a day. It limits it. You need to 100% make sure that you are not blowing it up. You cannot send more than 75. And the only reason why he's up at 75 right now is because he's been running it so long and he has a valid LinkedIn campaign. But if you were just launching this, I'd say just start at 30. Then go to 60 and then to 75. But it's as easy as, look at this, you just add another message. I'm going to add in, because he did some additional videos that he got over to me that I wanted to add in here. Jeff and his videos, he got me so many videos.
Because Roz told him to, and he's a good boy.
And he did. And so we're changing his messaging mostly because, there's people right now that are like, are you still, doing this? Are we still doing that? So we're changing his messaging and I'm going to make his videos more fresh. But yeah, you just go in and then you tell it, I want this one to deliver in 10 days, and it'll kind of build from this one. So this one was 6, this one 11, you could do 3. So yes, it's all 100% automated.
But you do have to pivot, like they're pivoting right now because the messaging obviously is very different than it even was on Friday.
Yes.
So, as Jeff said in his video, they're packing up until 9 o'clock at night, moving out of the office and setting up for a virtual event on, Okay, so
we're adding all that in the front end of all of his messaging. And I would highly recommend that everybody watching this do that, because that's probably one of the number one things that we're getting from most of my clients right now is, you're still doing this and this is irresponsible if you don't have that this is a virtual event.
Yes.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically this does all of that for you, this B2B prospecting tool. You have to log in every day. You kind of have to babysit a little bit. Just to make sure that, it's running, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing when it's supposed to be doing it. Because sometimes it'll get a little bit buggy. But basically, if you look at it, it's ready. It's going to run through another sequence of connecting, welcome messages, and invitations to whatever, we're inviting to the boot camp right now. And it's going to run all of that in 5 hours. And then it'll take a break, and then it'll run again tomorrow around the same time.
What's really cool about this is before we recorded today. So if you're like me, this is overwhelming in listening to this. But if you take someone in your office and put them through our training in the back end of the program, now that I've been sitting through Ross's trainings and attending this, and it's not overwhelming to me. Like she even said to me, I said to her, wait, why? Because she's doing this strategy for me as well. And I said, wait a minute, why isn't this ran in 3 days? She goes, you told me not to do it on the weekends because you were you're blowing up and you're overwhelmed. Like, heck no, turn it back on. I want it on the weekend. So I'm even understanding this. But before going through the trainings, her showing this was just completely overwhelming. But I want you to show, even if you want, you can switch to my profile or stand. All right, you can
I
stand.
want to, but so one of the things I wanted to
Yeah.
show you is we're posting all of his social media, everything that we're doing, right? We repurpose, we put it on Facebook, we put it on Instagram, we put it on LinkedIn. It might look a little bit different, right? Because we use different demographics, and you want to say something to those people very differently than what you say to your prospects, right? So the messaging is a little bit different. But look at this, guys, in this crazy time right now. Look at
we up 310% from last week. That one, the highest. Oh my gosh, 44%. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. My views are going up. I mean, I think the last one I saw was like 250%.
Yeah. So it's just making sure that you repurpose. There's no shortage of content, right? So whatever you're putting out on any of your other social platforms, just put it here too. You might need to change your messaging just a little bit to make sure.
Hang on, don't scroll down too much. I want to show them this. This is my favorite part. So there's two parts I want you to see. So can you go to like while you're here, do this. Go to see articles. What I love is what Roz and Jeff are doing too, is that they are every time you write a blog, you post it in your feed in LinkedIn, but then you're also posting it as an article. So you look like an industry expert. So you look like you're published articles from LinkedIn. And this is what I do for mine as well. I also take my podcast and post it as an article as well. So twice a week, I'm looking like LinkedIn's publishing me, because my blog or my podcast goes on Tuesday, my blog goes on Thursday. And I do that myself. I'm so proud of myself. Like I'm not, this stuff, ask Roz, I would be in a fetal position, in a total meltdown. But now I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go back in. I just copy and paste and I post it as an article. And then I do all the hashtags for the SEO. I can't tell you how many times I get invited to speak. So I told Roz, I'm speaking 3 times today. I get invited to speak. I get invited to be a podcast guest. I've been invited to write and do article opportunities. And it's all from LinkedIn, 100% from LinkedIn.
One thing I want to mention too, Molly, because you had talked about this with the articles. When you post through LinkedIn, it goes through the feed, right? And people might see it, they might not, especially at the time that you post. You want to make sure you're posting at the right time that is peak for your audience. But even so, people don't typically log in every day to LinkedIn. Some people do. Most people log in every day to Facebook. Some people do.
LinkedIn, the average is 3 days.
Yeah. So they might miss something, right? But when you post an article, everybody that you're connected with gets a notification that you've posted an article. And so they can instantly just kind of click over here and then just go to it, which is great because they're getting a notification that Jeff posted an article. Look at how many followers he has. So that whenever you post something through an article, it's 10,000 people are getting that. So when you're going out and you're already putting stuff on LinkedIn, don't just post it through your feed, post it as an article as well.
Yeah. And I want to just highlight again, this what I loved about LinkedIn so much. It's not even 10,000 people. It is 10,000 qualified power partners, referral source, whatever term resonates with you. These are walking ambassadors of people who want to refer business to you, especially when you're providing nothing but value bombs everywhere. So then go to the connect piece. This is the last piece that we'll show you. So again, hopefully you're seeing the value of LinkedIn. So go to my network.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All right. Look at this. These are all people that they're recommending that Jeff can connect with. Now, different than Sales Navigator in the B2B inbox strategy, you can connect with people here. My recommendation is you don't just connect with them and hit connect, like hit connect with any one of those, is that you write them a little note that you already have that you can copy and paste and send it to them too.
Yeah.
Or no, this one's different. You can only connect. You can't write a note. You can write a note in Sales Navigator. That's right. I always get the two mixed up. But
Yeah.
look at this. It's
Or if you're on their
recommending
profile.
all these people.
Hmm. Yeah. And that tells you how many people you have in mutual connections.
And you can even look on them and you can
Uh-huh.
even make reference like, hey, Katie, I see that we're both friends with Bob from blah, blah, blah. I have a
Yeah.
lot of law firms that are doing that. Attorneys, we are not recommending that you do this personally. You have to get somebody on your team doing this. If you don't have anyone on your team and you don't know even where to start, then reach out to Roz and have her deploy this like Jeff did. I'm just going to say it, just hire her and have her do it. I know that my hiring and empowering company has her doing this. It just stay in action. So now is the time to be on LinkedIn. Professionals, especially financial advisors, CPAs, not the best time of year for them, but still, again, it's great to be in their inbox. They just don't have time to chit chat with you on the phone or have lunch or any of that garbage.
Right.
But
Which is
they
the perfect time to
definitely
just reach
become in
out and
the
say
inbox.
hi and check in on
Yes.
them. That's one
Yes.
of the best things that you can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
And if you
So,
are going to do this, I just want to chime in on one more
yeah,
thing. If you
please.
are going to do this yourself and you're going to go in here and you're going to say, I'm just going to look at my connections and see if I have mutual and start connecting with these people, that's fine. But I would not do more than 30 a day. Don't just run through here and blast all these people and hit on all of them.
I've made that mistake.
Go to LinkedIn jail. They'll lock you out.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So get your B2B strategy. It's time to again pivot, and we're not overwhelming you, but you should be super pumped and excited about this because there's no shortage of potential new clients, potential new referral sources. You need to be out in front of people.
Yes.
Out front. And in the summit that I taught with Moshe this morning, there are like 20, 30 other industry leaders on there. The common theme that everybody was speaking about this morning was that you, and Roz, you can talk about this because I know you were in the ClickFunnels program this morning while I was doing that. And you said, oh my gosh, they both had the same message. And the message is, guys, that you got to delegate this crap that you're doing that's administrative, that is not generating leads, that is not connecting in relationship, and it's not focused on marketing. Do not start panicking and slashing your marketing budget right now. Absolutely not. Now, maybe some things you are paying for and you haven't been analyzing it, doing the metrics and things of that nature. You might need to pivot and stop doing one and doing another thing. Have a conversation with us, have a conversation in the group, have a conversation on your listservs and with your colleagues about that. But you got to right now, and this is what my advice that I gave to people in this summit when they were talking about how to manage your time right now, especially if you're working from home and you have kids and things of that nature. Here's the deal. Write down the top 3 things you need to get done today and get in action and delegate the rest to. And the things need to be an opportunity or revenue or relationship producing. So what I said is just identify it and spend an hour on recording your webinar. Spend whatever it is and chunk it out in no more than 1 hour to 90-minute segments and stay hyper focused. Get an accountability coach. It's one of the things we offer in the program is accountability, where we are on you. We're not cheerleading you. We are holding your feet to your dreams, sometimes in spite of yourself, but always, because we know what the finish line looks like. What would you add that you learned in Russell's group today, Roz?
Yeah, just that same thing is that, you need to know, I guess, a little bit how to do it so you can manage it and then let it go. And that's where the success lies. And a lot of people, they're afraid to that's the hardest part, is the letting go part. But, Jeff had mentioned that, the big reason for his success is he has surrounded by people who have nothing but a stand for him and his success. So, you just have to surround yourself with people who can do it and who will have your back. And I can tell you, like, my assistant Mary, I don't know what I'd do without her right now, because she just constantly shows up and has my back, and it feels good, right? It feels good. As an entrepreneur, you're not alone. You are not alone, and you just have to build the people around you that can do it, and then let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. And your employees just want to serve. Like I was telling Roz, my recruiters this morning, they were like, if we have to work for free, we'll work for free. I'm like, oh my God, you guys calm down. Like, but it's just so heartwarming as an entrepreneur to hear that. So I want to grab on something you said, let it go and just know what's the result that I'm expecting to get out of this and what are the key performance indicators that I need to
Yeah.
be looking for. And then that's it, period, end of story. So homework.
One of the things I wanted to say too,
Yeah.
and it was so great that Russell said that, is because he was talking about promoting his book, which was Traffic Secrets. And he just said, I know this. I know enough about this topic to write a book. I don't I don't sit back and buy traffic all day. I don't touch it. I have somebody else that does it for me. So,
Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
But he knows what he wants, and then he deploys the people to
Yeah.
help him implement it, right?
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
All right, so here's your homework. Get your LinkedIn profile. If it's not up to snuff, then you need to get that up to snuff. Start posting your blogs through the feed and all of your social pieces on the LinkedIn platform, in addition to posting it in the articles. Number 3, sign up for Sales Navigator. It's $89 a month. So you're not cutting that out of your marketing budget. And absolutely, are you saying I can't afford it now? Get it done. Just trust us. And then number 4, if you are in a place of nods, knowing who you don't have somebody on your team to start deploying any of these strategies, especially LinkedIn, I'm going to recommend that you reach out to Roz and figure out how to get this funnel up and running with the B2B. And sign up for B2B. We'll put the link in the show notes as well for you.
Yeah.
And then reach out if you guys are not in action. I'm so proud of you guys and happy to see all the people that are just in action, recording their videos. We are getting messages. All right, I just finished my webinar. I'm like, don't watch it, just go live. As Jeff said on Saturday, don't even watch it. I have never listened to one of my podcasts. I listened to one, and that's a mistake. So just get it out there.
Yeah.
All right,
And
anything else, Roz?
No, that's it. Just please, just dig in, and we're here for you to support you. So let us know what questions you have as you do.
All right, difference
All right.
makers, get out there, share your wins.